you tell me if you relate. When you have a story like that, it's easy for me to judge you.
Yeah.
And so it's probably not a story you go around telling everyone.
No, not usually. Yeah.
So I'm glad they're going to hear it now.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's fine.
I'm glad that you did that though, because see, I understand that, but it's with me because my life's been so crazy. When I hear stories like that, I find this weird calmness in it. Like it just makes me feel like normal.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you sharing that, man. Because that's like do you ever get like that though? When you hear I know this sounds crazy, but I used to I used to think I had the worst life, like growing up. I was super depressed. I told you about going to rehab and you know, I'm moving homes every couple months in foster care. I'm like, God, my life is so bad. And I really did. I remember thinking like I was a victim. Like in my head, I was a victim. Like everyone, life screwed me over. And I was making some bad choices. And obviously later on in life, I was able to change that. But yeah, I just thought I had the worst life. And then when I went to rehab, the best part about being in rehab was the people in there. And I mean this with all due respect. I remember after the first day, I was in a group meeting with the people that were in rehab. It's day 2 for me. I just detox and I'm out.
Yeah.
And there was this lady that thought she was like the queen of rehab. It was like her 6th or 7th time in there.
Oh, wow.
And she thought she was cool. And a lady was talking about trying to commit suicide. Her kids were lady was like in her 60s.
Yeah.
Her kids were taking advantage of her, taking her money, using her for her car. And she slit her wrist in the bathtub and tried to kill herself. The deep story. And this moment that I told you about that I just kind of felt with you, I went like, whoa, like it calms me, right? And this fucking girl is just like making fun of her. And she tells her like, you'll be back here. Everyone comes back. And I lost my shit. And at this point, I hadn't talked at all. I was a new guy.
Yeah.
I went off on this girl. I was like, what is wrong with you? Like she's opening up her story here and you're going to act like stupid. And she goes, don't act like you're not coming back. And I got up and I was like, you will never fucking see me in here ever again. I will never be here ever again because you know why? I'm not as crazy as you. And I went off on everyone. I was like, you guys are out of your goddamn mind. Like it was the first moment in my life where I'm like, I can get through this.
Yeah.
There's a sex addict. There's a guy that was like doing crazy cocaine stuff. Like these guys, and I say this with respect, but I want to be authentic to the story. That's how I felt in the moment. And I remember going up to that lady and I was like, hey, if you need someone to talk to, I'm here. And then we would go out on smoke breaks and I would hang out with her. I mean, I'm sorry your kids did that to you. Like, you know, and I was 20 years old at the time relating to this 60-year-old woman. And I remember thinking like, this is my calm. This is my peace. And I didn't relate to these dumb kids that were just making fun of her. You know what I mean? And I never went back and I did straighten my life out a lot and I have a huge control of who I am as a person. Yeah. But it's that girl thinking that. And I'm just like, the main part of the story that I wanted everyone to take from it is that lady, just that feeling of like, that's, and I've been suicidal in my life, but I'm like, wow, this lady's lived for 60 years. She's created kids, she had this life. And the way she told the story, I'm like, God, like it made me feel normal and it made me had hope. That's what it was. Yeah. So yeah. Hey, fun random fact of the day. The Cookie Monster from Sesame Street has a real name and his name is Sid. Not a lot of people know that. They just started calling him the Cookie Monster because that's what he is. Google it. And if it's true, which it is, come back here and subscribe.